Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help and welcome back to another market video today. So we recently just got Varlamore Part 3 and it has caused the market to kind of go crazy. There's a lot of downs and there's a few ups as well. So we're going to be checking out a lot of the items in the market that you guys have recommended to me. And yeah, we'll just see how the market is doing. Okay, so I want to start it with something here, the Redwood logs. Because of the new fletching activity, a lot more people are using the Redwood logs, but it doesn't look like they increased that much over the past month, which is kind of crazy, right? You thought, I personally thought they would go up quite a bit, but if we look over the past quarter, Redwood logs have definitely gone up a lot from pretty much being almost useless, like people would use them for fire making or fletching, the traditional methods, but now since we have the Varlamore fletching, I thought they would have increased quite a bit more. But yeah, they're up quite a bit. We take a look at the past year of Redwoods, they're pretty much the highest that they have ever been, right? Like before the Varlamore update, they pretty much had no use. And yeah, looks like they're at least 1,000 GP again, so you can make some money woodcutting. So up next here we have the Tormented Synapse, and this actually kind of shocked me because this item is used quite a bit at the brand new Delve boss. You know, people are using all three combat styles, and yeah, you need this item in order to do that. So it's a little shocking to me that it's gone down so much, like quite a bit, man. Like you could get all three pieces for the Synapse, which you could only get one back here in May when Yama came out, for example, which is kind of insane to think about. Just back in May, they were almost reaching 100 million GP, and now they're down to 35 mil. Still a good drop if you have you're on Slayer task, you know, 35 mil is always good to see, but not like it was back in May. And it looks like it's kind of the same deal for the Burning Claws. This is just in the past month, down from pretty much almost 10 mil, you know, to 5.7, kind of insane. In the past quarter, they've just been dropping as well. When Yama was out, right, when Yama first came out, they were, you know, almost 20 million GP, and they're just going down and down and down, which is really sad to see. I remember back in the day when these were like 20 million GP, comparing with the claws. They're very budget claws, guys. Another huge down is the Sanguinesti staff. I guess a lot of people are using ranged, right, at the new Delve boss, so magic's being used less. And this is just in the past month from 50 million GP to 37. That is crazy. And like even if we look at the past quarter, it's the lowest that it has been to get yourself a Sanguinesti staff. Kind of sad, man. Up next here we have the Inquisitor's Mace, and a huge downfall for this item as well. Like again, this is the past week. We'll go to the past month, right? 323 million down to 229. That is freaking crazy. You lost 100 million GP for having this item in your bank. It's a weird thing, especially because I play an Ironman, right? So sometimes I log in, I'm like, have I been hacked? Because like my bank goes down so much. But no, it's just the market being crazy. Like it's just insane how much items can drop or go up sometimes. And yeah, again, this is the lowest that it has been in the past quarter. Wow. So this is Ancestral. We'll just do the robe top at the start here, right? And most people are using range at the new Delve boss. So again, this item's dropped a little bit, not as much as some of the other items, but from 166 mil down to 156 mil in the past month. And it doesn't look like it's dropped too much. Like it's one of those items that's always going to be pretty good. But even if we take a look at the past year of this item, right, you know, even at its very low points, it was still over 100 million GP, right? But, you know, back in the start of July, it was almost 200 mil, and now it's down again. So we got the Darox armor set. The reason I wanted to check this out is because it is so good at the new Gemstone Crab if you want to AFK some strength experience. And it surprised me, this item went down as well in the past month from 4 mil down to 3.7. Not the craziest downfall for this item, but again, it surprised me that it didn't go up quite a bit, right? And if we take a look at the past quarter for this item, again, just constantly going down, even the past year. Well, the past year has been, you know, all over the place with it, but yeah, the last quarter, right, just completely going down, which is really sad to see. So we've got ourselves a new item here, the Confliction Gauntlets. Now these are really cool magic gauntlets, right, that will be very useful in PvP and even PvM. So I'm really curious to see over the next year what these items will end up being worth, right? So obviously we don't have too much data on them right now, but it looks like they're almost stabilizing here. We'll take a look at the past week. So from last week they were 165 mil and they're 163 mil, so they're pretty stable for this point right now. I think it's pretty expensive, honestly, for some gauntlets in the game, but at the end of the day they are from a very high level boss. They take a long time to get, and you need to combine the Zenyte jewelry in order to make them, right? So that's why they are going to hold their value anyways. But yeah, it's crazy. I can't wait to see over the next year what these items will be worth. Okay, so we've got the Avernic Treads, and these are the best boots in the game right now. Well, kind of. They're like a hybrid boot, right? And they were over 1 billion GP at one point. If we take a look at the past, yeah. Like, if you look when Varlamore first came out, they were 1 billion GP for a pair of boots, which is just ridiculous, man. Like, you could get a mega rare, or you could get a nice pair of boots, right? And they've been crashing, obviously, ever since then, because it is a brand new item to come into the game. But if we take a look at the past week of this item, right, from 600 mil down to 440, I still honestly think 440 million GP for a pair of boots is ridiculous. But we'll have to see. It's like, will they hold their value? Like, I know a lot of people are getting good at farming that boss, so more and more of them are coming into the game as well. But yeah, 400 million GP for a pair of boots. We'll have to keep an eye on these items in the future. So we've got the Eye of Ayak, and this is the new, the magic weapon, the new staff, I guess you could say, with this update. And yeah, this is the past week of the item. Looks like it's dropping again, as well as more and more of them are coming into the game, right? So it's under 100 million GP right now. And yeah, of course, when it first came out, it's super expensive. But yeah, I feel like that's a good price for a weapon, right? Like, I don't, it's crazy that the boots are like 4 times the price of them right now, but we'll have to see how useful this is in the future and see sort of like where this item ends up. But yeah, 110 mil currently right now. We've got another sad day for the Blood Rune. Yeah, it's crazy. This is literally the past month of the Blood Rune, from 242 down to 207. Remember, around 200 GP is where you can sell them in Alcrid for. So if they go any lower than 200, that's insane. And if we take a look at the past quarter of the item, I remember back here in May, it was really profitable when I was going for 99 rune crafting on my alt. If we'll take a look at the past year, right? Yeah, they were so low for a while at the end of last year. Then they kind of shot back up again to like 320, which is when I had a bulk of them and sold them off, I think around, say, here, something like that. And I knew they were going to crash again, but I didn't realize they would crash this hard again. But again, a lot of people are using range right now, melee, maybe a little bit of melee, and not as much magic is being used currently in the game right now. So it's obviously caused the Blood Rune to go down. And again, the Scythe isn't being used as much, which uses a ton of the Blood Runes, right? So yeah, it's kind of crazy to see that they're down this much. But again, when we get another magic update, when we get another melee update, they're gonna shoot back up. So if they ever go below 200, buy a lot of them though. Okay, so somebody told me to check out the Dragon Knife, and I was like, what? Because in my understanding, they've always been around 5k, 6k, something like that. But apparently, in the new Delve boss, you can use them at a certain phase of the boss. I had no idea. I haven't really touched it much myself. But as you can see, these items were like 5k each, and then randomly, they shot up to 10k. To 14k. What? Imagine if you had thousands and thousands of these in the bank. You would have made so much money. We take a look at the past quarter of the item, right? Even in the past quarter, their highest was like 8k, dropping ever since then, right? Around 5k, like I was saying. 5k to 14k, you would have made a killing. Zulrah skills look sort of similar to the Blood Rune, right? In the past month, 245 down to 196. Kind of crazy. Take a look at the past quarter. Yeah, they're the lowest that they've been in quite a while, right? Like they had highs of almost 260, 65, something like that again back in June, and yeah, going down this much. And if we take a look at the past year, they're very, very low, man. 197. They were pretty low in May. But other than that, they've always been over 200 GP each. And even back in December last year, when they were really focused on the botting problem, they were 338. So we've got a lot of new players, but who knows how many of those are bots and stuff as well. And it's crazy to see that, you know, the Zulrah skills are this low. So we've got the Superior Dragon Bones, obviously from Vorkath as well. I always like to check these items out as well, because these are the two big money makers, Zulrah and Vorkath, that people always tend to go back to, right? 25k down to 22k. I still personally think if you're getting 22k per bone, you are making some good profit over at Vorkath, right? And yeah, they're quite low. I mean, back in July they were almost 30k each, right? So they are a lot lower than normal. And if we take a look at the past year of this item, right, they're still higher than they were last year, which is a W for me. Again, are they dealing with the bots? Right, I really don't know. If we look back in where it was December, right, that's when they were really high, when they were really dealing with the bot problem, and then into January it kind of dipped into there. But yeah, still getting, you know, 22k per bone is still pretty damn good in my personal opinion. So the Amulet of Rancor is something I wanted to keep an eye on as well, because to me it was insane that an amulet was worth, you know, 100 mil, but now we got boots worth 1 billion, so, you know, nothing can really shock me anymore. But yeah, it looks like it is down again. Not as many melee sort of updates or whatever this month, or in the past little while, really. It's been focused on range, even magic a little bit, of course, right? And yeah, these items have just been really going down, right? I mean, they were released, I don't even know when, but as you can see, around 100 million GP, slowly going down. I'm curious to see how low this item can actually get. I mean, 80 mil is still like So all these Cerberus boots looks like they have gone down as well. We've got the Primordials, right, from 25 mil. Wow, they're already really low. I thought they were over 30, down to 21. Take a look at the past quarter. Yeah, they were over 30 for a while. Maybe not. Maybe the past year, I'm thinking. Yeah, they were 30 back last year, but like if you look at the past, like even quarter of this item, right, look at the big drop. Everyone was like buying a bunch of these boots, thinking like, you know, they can make the Avernic treads and whatever, and then just, yeah, they're very hard to get, and yeah, very low right now. Same kind of thing with the Eternal boots, right, from 11 mil down to 4 mil. That's even crazier, man. Crazy. 11 mil to 4. And like, you know, like they're still lower than they were this time last year. They had a big spike, and then anticipation for the new Delve boss, and just immediate crash. Vacation boots are a little bit different, obviously, because you need the Ranger boots in order to make them. So again, 35 mil to 38. They actually went up a little bit, and they always go up and down, sort of similar, but they're always around 35 mil to 40 mil. We got the Bofa, the Enhanced Crystal Weapon Seed, right, from 123 mil to 118, so again, down, and yeah, again, like, it just hasn't really seen too many highs in the past year. It goes to like 130 mil drops, goes to like 130 mil drops type thing, so yeah, it's kind of sad. I remember back in the day, yeah, back last year sometime, it was like 160 million GP, and then it just immediately tanked pretty much after the new year, all the way back to, like, that's crazy. Okay, we've got the Twisted Bow, which is one of the most used weapons, obviously, at the new Delve boss, so obviously it has to go up, right? So in the past month, from pretty much almost 1.5 bill to about 1.6 bill, right? And it's the highest that this item has been in a while. It was like, you know, dropping quite a bit compared to the other mega rares, and like, obviously the scythe sort of like overtook it for a little bit as being the most expensive one, but it looks like it's going back up again, which is weird because I like to see that, because I'm going for the Twisted Bow on my Ironman account, so it's cool that it holds value, and it's a great item in the game, still one of the best items that Jagex has ever made. But at the end of the day, man, it's crazy to see that it going back up again, right? It being one of the only items really to go back up. And this is the past year, it's pretty much been going down, as you can see. And this is one of the first updates that range is like, or the Twisted Bow anyways, is really good, and it's sort of going back up. One of the only items in this video that really had a huge rise. Well, this doesn't really shock me either, because of the Twisted Bow rise, ranging potions again really went up. So this is the past month as well, from pretty much 3.5k, had a high of 6k. It looks like they're slowly dropping back down again, but that's the highest that they have been in it's a year. Yeah, it's the highest that they've been in a year. Like they're usually 2 to 3k each. Like that's what I would think a ranging potion for those is worth, right? Update comes out, they go up a little bit, 4k all the way up to 5k. Whoa. Okay, we've got the Atumican Shadow actually going under 1 billion GP, which is kind of crazy, right? This month it went under 1 billion GP. You see this right down to 937 million, making it pretty, I wouldn't say pretty obtainable, but more obtainable for, these mid to end game players that have a ton of money and just want to invest it on one item to make more money back. This could be the item you go for because you can do a lot of stuff with this, do some raids, do some bossing, right, and make a lot of money back. And it's really crazy to see a mega rare item under 1 billion GP. First, I think that's a first in a long time anyways, right? As you can see, back in March, 1.2 billion GP, and it's just been crashing and crashing and crashing ever since. There's been so much magic stuff added to the game. Range has been used a lot more than we had a lot of people using the scythe and stuff, so there hasn't been much love really for the shadow in a while, and goes to show for it, man. 951 million GP. Also, Raids 3 is one of the most popular raids, and a lot of people can do it, like lower levels. They also made a bunch of changes with Raids 3 recently with the drop rates and stuff. Might have caused it to go down as well. So we've got the scythe, and it looks like it's still definitely above the twisted bow, so it's the most expensive mega rare weapon. And this month it's went from pretty much 1.7 bill down to about 1.6 bill, and yeah, it's not as useful as people were thinking at the new delve boss because most people are using range like a twisted bow, right? So had a big crash there, but again, it is still one of the most useful weapons in the entire game, and the fact that blood runes are down so much right now, people can use it to farm other content, right? So yeah, I'm assuming it will go back up eventually too. If we take a look at the past year, this item, it really is still up quite a bit, so it's nothing to really worry about in my opinion. I still think this is one of, I would say personally, I think the twisted bow is the best, and then this would be a close second, but depending on the content you do, obviously, right? So the scythe is probably one of the most powerful weapons in a lot of scenarios over the twisted bow, right? So yeah, it's crazy to see it go down a little bit, but yeah, I wouldn't worry about this item too much. Okay, so this is actually really shocking to me because we've been reaching player peaks like, once a week. Oh, we have a new peak, 200,000 people online, 210,000 people online. A lot of the World of Warcraft players have switched over to Oldschool Runescape, which you love to see. So I honestly thought the bond would be going up, but I guess there's more players in the game, maybe more people buying bonds. You never really know, right? And especially with all the updates recently, usually the bonds go up with huge updates. People that don't play as often or whatever, they'll buy these bonds with the gold to, take part in the new content. But again, bonds are also at a very a low point, right? 15 mil, 15 mil, 15 mil, and they're down to 13, which is pretty much where they were last year, right? But the bond realistically should always be going up with the health of the game, right? But yeah, crazy to see. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the video today. I always find these market videos really interesting, right? To know why my bank value either goes up quite a bit or goes down a lot, right? Over the past couple of weeks, it's shot from like 2.4 bill to almost 3 billion GP, goes down again, up again, right? And if we take a look at the bank value right now, 2.9 bill, so it's kind of it really has recovered. It recovered a lot of the items that I had, which is kind of crazy that 2.9 bill, especially with like the blood runes going down so much. But yeah, at the end of the day, it'll always go up and always go down depending on the updates that come into the game. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below how your bank is doing, if you made a lot of money, if you lost a lot of money, and also comment down below some different items that I could maybe put into the next video. I don't always get all of the items, and most of them I actually go to the last video and see a lot of the comments and pump those into the next video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will catch you in the next video. See ya later.